What is going on, you stallions and stallionettes? AK-40 Kevin here in the gamer heaven. So there is a bill proposed to ban violent video games off the shelves, such as Grand Theft Auto and things that portray carjacking and any type of violence. We'll define violence in this video here. And the more I read this article, the lower my IQ gets, and I already don't have a whole lot to work with, so alrighty guys, so sharing my screen here. This article came out 3 days ago, and I've heard people buzzing about this a little bit, but I didn't really give it any mind because there have been proposals like this in the past. And, you know, looking at this picture here, you might think this is a past article. Nope, this is from 3 days ago. This is how out of tune Marcus Evans and his team is over there with the games that they are actually trying to ban. This game came out in 2008, 2 console generations ago. So if you want to ban GTA 4 off the shelves, you might be upsetting a handful of people, but this game can be emulated now for free. With carjackings on the rise in Chicago and elsewhere, there's carjackings everywhere. A Southside Democrat state representative has introduced a bill that would ban the sale of Grand Theft Auto and other violent video games. I don't understand how the two correlate. During the interrogation process, when they had somebody in the investigation room, did they blatantly say, well, I never thought of jacking a car before, but then I saw Nico Bellic do it in GTA 4, and something about his accent got me pumped and made me want to go outside and do it too? I doubt that's the case. Representative Marcus Evans Jr. wants to amend a 2012 law preventing some video games from being sold to minors. So we already have that. If you go to GameStop, Walmart, any place that sells games, the employees are told to check IDs for games that are rated mature to make sure that the person purchasing them is 17 years of age or older for a mature title, or 13 and older for a teen title. This already exists here. Mature games are not supposed to be sold to minors, just like cigarettes aren't, but it happens. Friday, he filed HB 3531. That is the actual article or code that he's putting into action here, or attempting to get passed, which would amend the law to ban the sale to anyone, regardless of age, of video games depicting psychological harm, including motor vehicle theft with a driver or passenger present. Very detailed, I like it. Shrimp Dick Evans had been contacted in January by Tiny Thang Earl Walker, who started Operation Safe Pump to prevent carjackings at gas stations and shopping centers. I wonder what that bill was. Maybe they have like little mini turrets come out and shoot carjackers and whatnot, or they give out free pepper spray canisters next to the Slim Jims on aisle 3 at the gas station. Safe Pump positions security guards from the Cates Detective and Security Agency in areas with high numbers of carjackings. Hopefully they're armed, because I can guarantee you that the carjackers are. And then they post a picture of a very glum and sorrowful Earl Walker over here, or Early Walker, that looks like his dog just died, but I'm sure that was the cause of Grand Theft Auto as well. Maybe it was Saints Row that took his pup from him, who knows. Besides addressing carjackings, the bill also changes the definition of a violent video game. Listen closely here, boys. To one in which players control a character, okay, so that's any video game, you're controlling a character, within a video game that is encouraged to perpetuate human-on-human violence, in which a player kills or otherwise causes serious physical or psychological harm to another human or animal. So human-on-human violence. Okay, so our first-person shooters are mil sims, depicting realistic military conflicts. Are those going to get shut down? Because those have nothing to do with carjackings. That's just, you know, simulating either real conflicts that went on, like Desert Storm or Vietnam, or maybe even a fictitious battle like Halo. But they could be violent. I mean, you're killing Covenant and Halo and whatnot, and obviously that is discrimination against a potential alien race, so that's got to go as well. And human or animal, so games with animal violence. So say you are a animal character that fights other animals, or you're a guy that can morph into animals, that's got to go as well, guys. CPD officers responded to 218 carjackings in January. That is a lot for 1 month. Now, I guarantee you, in January, there was more than 218 active video game players playing violent video games. And I guarantee you that these 218 carjackers, there might be a couple of gamers in there, but that's not what fueled their rage or fueled their nefarious activities. That's not what gets people into the gang scene. It's not like when you try and join a street gang, they're like, all right, Holmes, you got 2 options. If you want to get jumped in, or you beat me in a 1v1 in the gulag. It's not like video games have any presence in gangland activity, carjackings, rape, murder, anything like that. So, it's ridiculous. I don't think it's going to get passed, but there's been quite a few times over the last year or so where I've seen bills get proposed and I'm like, that's not going to get passed. For example, it can now be up to a felony for DMCA strikes. Granted, I did cover the details of that obviously it's not like just accidentally playing, excuse me, a copyrighted song on your stream or something like that. It's more so pirating large-scale content, basically duping a whole bunch of media, whether it be movies, video games, and then trying to sell that in mass, in bulk, for monetary gain. But still, like, you know, the way the bill was worded and everything, it was literally like had a sentence in there where it was like Twitch streamers, YouTubers potentially facing jail time, blah blah blah, and I was like, that's not going to get passed. 2 weeks later, actually, it was a week and a half. That bill was passed. They moved lickety split on that one. I don't know whose desk that landed on, but that thing got signed real quick. So, I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, this is no different than we're having a major street racing problem here in Pensacola, Florida. Let's ban all racing games. And then they'll be like, people during job interviews are making poor dialogue decisions. Let's ban MMORPGs because people are picking up on bad dialogue cues. All right. People are getting cataracts and glaucoma at an accelerated rate. Let's ban games with low pixel counts, shitty resolution games, because they're affecting people's eyesight. Like, this is just, it's ridiculous. Like, it's cool for a quick laugh to hear me rip on it and stuff like that, but the fact that this is a possibility of even getting passed, granted a small one, it's a small one, ladies, but even a small one can grow into something that can do some major damage, ladies. And the thing is, banning these games would just take money out of the pockets of the developers, because people would still get these on the, not black market, but people would just run a VPN and maybe a burner PC and download a ton of emulators and ROMs and just emulate these games, or download torrent files from something like Pirate Bay to get these games for free, which you can do with like GTA 4, I'm sure, because it's old. You can get GTA 5. So I don't understand. You know, it's the same thing with getting more stringent gun laws, which never fixes anything, because actual citizens that have registered firearms, or even unregistered, but they're using them properly for home protection, or they're a hobbyist, they can't concealed carry or carry in their house. And then what happens is these criminals are going to get firearms regardless, because they actually have a need to do some nefarious, illegal, illicit activities. So they're just going to they're going to acquire what they need illegally, and then citizens can't protect themselves. We've seen it before. So it's the same thing with video games, but not with guns. People are going to get their hands on these games, but then game developers aren't making any money because they're basically getting their game downloaded for free. And then that's going to make developers not want to produce any more games. And then the gaming industry is going to fizzle the fuck out and die. This is all worst case scenario stuff, but I'm just spitballing with you guys. And it's just this is just trash. Just pure hot, sticky trash on the side of the highway that some guy in an orange jumpsuit picks up. Drop in the comment section below your guys' thoughts on this debacle, this pickle that we're sucking on. I'd like to put this pickle back in the jar and toss it out, to be quite honest. I know this is bad news, but if you did enjoy the video and I was entertaining or informative, liking the video helps it to get seen by more people, so this information can reach them as well. Subscribe for more news around the gaming industry and community. I also do a lot of tutorials around getting started streaming and YouTubing, as well as a lot of gaming peripheral reviews, so keyboards, mice, controllers, headsets, etc. So if that interests you, consider sticking around. We have a good time around here. Community's building at a good rate, and I'm really proud of this channel, so thank you guys for your support, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.